What's up, everybody? I'm live. It's the Convo with Miss Marjon. On this episode of the Convo with Miss Marjon, I'm talking about everything that's happening right now and how sometimes life hits you with multiple things all at once. All right. I didn't put no pressed powder on. I'm a little greasy like I've been putting Vaseline on, but you know how we do. Here's what we're getting into this episode. This is episode 3, y'all. I think it is. I'm gonna give you a 60-pound challenge update. All right. I'm gonna also talk about that active shooting incident in West Bloomfield, Michigan. How that was only 3 miles away from where I lived, and then I'll talk about identity fraud situation that I'm dealing with. Okay, currently, man. And this all happened this week. And then also I'm gonna talk about how I took a CPL class, which is the concealed pistol license class to get a gun, and just kind of wrap up all of that in one. All right. So, you know how we do. I just had to give you a little intro and all that. So, let's go ahead and get the party started, y'all. All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Convo with Miss Marjon, season 1, episode 3. Like I told you, I gave you a little intro of what I'm going to be talking about, but also I just want to just remind all of y'all before we get started to make sure that you, first of all, go to my website, www.linktree Miss Marjan, and you'll find everything you need to know what's going on with me from my social media platforms to videos that I've done, work that I've done for my clients, my bio, even find out how you can be a guest here on this show. Yes, you. Yes, you. I'm looking right at you. Also, I have on there where you sign a waiver because you're not going to come back and sue me for being on my show. All right. So anyway, in 2026, you got to cover your tail. All right, y'all. I got my wine here. Don't judge me. Moscato. Shout out to Moscato. But anyway, let's dig right in. Oh, also make sure to drop a comment. Make sure to drop a comment. Sometimes, bear with me, I'll be able to read your comment. And sometimes, hey, it's just, we'll get to it when we do. Okay. All right. So I promise you, I don't mean no harm. I am trying to make sure that everybody gets their say and everything. So make sure you drop a comment. I got you up live and all that good stuff. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get this party started. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the drop the comment scrolling. Let's first talk about the 60-pound challenge check-in. I'm gonna be real and transparent with y'all. I did not weigh in this week. All right, let me put my mic to the side. All right, I did not weigh in this week. All right, because life be life. And when I tell you all the stuff I went through this week, you'll know why I didn't weigh in. I mean, I'm not even going to how I went to go visit on a business trip. I went to visit a supplier, and right down the street. This is in Michigan, so a lot of my suppliers are in Michigan. Shout out to them. But this supplier did not tell me they was located right next to the Golden Corral. Y'all know I went to school down in North Carolina, so y'all know no comment. I got in. I got in by calories. And as far as I'm concerned, the Golden Corral, they're not paying me to say this, but they got the best banana pudding, y'all. I'm sorry. That place is a little on the ghetto side at times with the people that come in there. I'm not trying to be, bougie and petty, but boy, I love me some Golden Corral, y'all. I'm telling you, I love me some Golden Corral. So I went in there and got a carry out. Now that's the first time I got a carry out. Usually I'll sit and eat there, but y'all know with all the stuff I got going on, from having gastric bypass surgery to um, taking Ozempic, my eyes were way bigger than my body, my stomach, everything. I mean, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I walked out there with $60 worth of food, and I was trying to play it off like, oh, this is for me and my mama in Bentley. Yeah. Anyway, that's my 60-pound check-in. I did not weigh in. Still trying to get steps in. Still trying to drink 64 ounces of water. Still making sure that I eat anywhere from 1,200 to 1,400 calories a day. All right. So hey, here's the thing. Sometimes you gotta just admit you gotta hit reset. Here's the thing, y'all, because I got my paperwork with me. I'm still on track. Because I know some people like, don't give up. Let me tell y'all something. You're gonna probably not like this. For those of you who comment on just don't give up, I'm not gonna give up. But I'm being transparent with y'all, right? So here's my tracker thing. You see this? You see that? It says 244 to 246 win by the end of March. So I got some time. Now, am I going to hit it? I'm going to try. But if I don't, I'm not going to crucify myself against the cross. All right. Some of y'all don't get that. Y'all get that on Easter Sunday. All right. So, anyway, let me tell you what happened this week. Besides not weighing in, not really tracking or drinking water, y'all, my week was off the chain. But before I get into my week, make sure you drop me a comment. I'll shout you out. If you got a birthday, anniversary, divorce date, I don't know, court date, I'll shout you out. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into gear with the next topic. Identity fraud situation. See y'all, this right here. Let me before I go to that, let me switch it up because I didn't switch up my thing. Before I go to identity fraud, whatever. Let's talk about the active shooter near my home. That happened on Thursday. So let's do this chronologically. I just went over, I didn't weigh in for the 60-pound challenge. I'll weigh in next Saturday or Sunday. All right, that's my thing. Saturday or Sunday, I'll weigh in. Let's talk about the active shooter near my home. Most of y'all Google it. It's been so many, it's hard to keep up nowadays, but there was an active shooter near, like in West Bloomfield, Michigan. Now, a lot of people have been questioning, well, what is West Bloomfield? Why did he drive from Dearborn Heights all the way up to West Bloomfield? God only knows. Because Lord knows he passed several synagogues getting up to West Bloomfield. West Bloomfield probably has a nice amount of Jewish residents. I know it's expensive to live up here. I live up here with my mom, and we pay for it. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Um, Thursday, I got a lot of texts, calls. Even my uncle who lives in Turkey, my great uncle, my father's uncle, who is my great uncle, reached out to me through WhatsApp and was like, "Are y'all okay?" Because he knows that we live in West Bloomfield, and I didn't know I was on the east side of town. Okay, see, West Bloomfield's on the west side of town. Like not West Detroit, but west side of town. Okay, because West Bloomfield is a suburb of Detroit. For those of y'all who are not from Michigan. And I didn't know what was going on. It's amazing how you be caught up in your own situation in life that you have no idea what's going on unless you tune into social media or the World Wide Web, the internet. And I looked it up and I saw that this guy was at a school slash synagogue and how he ran into the building and all this stuff and they killed him on site. And thank God he didn't kill no one else. But y'all, this is becoming almost like the norm in our society. It's just that when it hits closer to home, it becomes a reality, right? And I admit, I've been following some of these active shooting situations, but they've always been somewhere like in Texas and Connecticut and all these other Texas, Mexico, you know what I mean, away. But this happened 3 miles, 3.5 miles from where we live. Now, most people like, but you was on the other side of town, does it? I'm gonna tell you something. The reason why this kind of hit home is because you start to wonder, before he got to that synagogue, where else did he go? Where else did he go before, the day before and the day before? Have I seen this guy at Walmart? Have I seen this guy at Home Depot? Don't y'all be wondering stuff like that sometimes? Like right now, if you go to Kroger's or you go to Myers or Walmart, like these Costco, there are people in there, right? Let's walk through this. There are people in there just like yourself, and you're interacting with them. That's why I'm not mean. I don't When I'm out driving, I don't put my middle finger up at people. I don't be eyeballing people when they cut me off. I look straight ahead because I don't have time to try to fight nobody with a bullet. I don't have time to fight nobody with a knife. People are crazy. Do y'all hear me? Give me a comment. Are people crazy or not? This man, I think that he went several, made several errands before he decided to come up to the synagogue in West Bloomfield. Okay. Now, y'all know, some of y'all will text me like, Marjon, please cover this story. Please talk about this story. I'll do another episode about that Rihanna stuff, how that woman was shooting at her house, but people are cray cray. And as my boyfriend that passed away, rest in peace, George Ross, he would say people are cuckoo patties. They're cuckoo patties. All right. People are losing their doggone mind. All right, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all give me a comment about that active shooting thing. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yes, yes, yes. I know. Shout out to Dr. Renee. She said, yes, they are. I was at Henry Ford Hospital, West Bloomfield, when that was going down. Yeah, shout out. I know you shut prayers for Renee, her dad, her family. Dr. Renee, who's doing the doggone thing on the podcast scene, my sis. Not only my sorority, my Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority sister, but she's doing the thing. I've been knowing her before she was an AK and all that. Let me tell you something. Dr. Renee, everybody, didn't that kind of hit home? Isn't it amazing when it don't have nothing to do with you, you almost don't care? Did I just say that? Yes, I did. Because I'm gonna speak for those who don't want to speak for themselves. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put my scarf right here to look cute. Okay. Let me put it down a little bit so y'all can see it. Let me see my scarf I got. Okay. Yes. A lot of us just don't care because it's not that we're being heartless or mean. It's just that we have no capacity because we got so much going on in our doggone lives. We don't have no room to really give a you know what. But when I found out that dude was up here and they had shut, let me tell you, I got a notice from the West Bloomfield Library saying we're closed down to the active shooter. That's when I first found out. And I was just like, well, first of all, I ain't been to the West Bloomfield Library in years. But to know that I was only 3 miles, or I live only 3 miles from where this dude went. So you start to wonder, did he pass by where I live? Did I see him maybe before he made it, road up there? You know what I'm saying? Like, have I seen this guy before? All right. I'm not going to keep beating that horse. So imagine that happened Thursday. So I'm still trying to live my best life with this 60-pound challenge, right? Y'all know where I'm going, right? So after hearing that, I was kind of like, ugh. Then let's go ahead now. Make sure, please, y'all follow me on my website. Follow me on my website. If not, just drop a comment. Please drop a comment. I'm refreshing as I go. That's how I know Dr. Renee made a comment and everything. Yes, way too close, sis. Way too close. Okay. Please drop a comment. Oh, see me? I'm up here. Look, that's how I know I'm playing myself, right? But anyway, let's talk about my next situation, identity fraud situation. So imagine I weigh in on what, Saturday or Sunday. I lost like what, 4 pounds last week or something. I'm doing my thing, right? Work is kicking my butt. That's gonna be a whole nother episode because I'm trying to figure out how to talk about that without losing my job or getting sued. So Thursday we got the active shooter. It's 3 miles from where I live, right? Then this identity fraud thing hits. Let me tell you how this went down. I had just left a supplier. I was tired. I was in Romeo, Michigan, which is like an hour away from where I live in West Bloomfield. And y'all, this black dude, calls me. He said, "Hello, is Marjon Parham there?" And I'm like, who is this? This is Sergeant Deputy Sean Brown or something. And he's speaking English clear. I said, "Yes, this is her. I just want you to know that the Fulton County, now keep in mind, Fulton County is in Atlanta, Georgia area, which I used to live about maybe about what, 10 or 15 years ago. I can't remember." He proceeds to tell me that someone has signed something or used my signature. And I'm like, okay, well, I haven't been in Atlanta. And he was like, well, we need you to come down to the courthouse. You failed to appear for your court date. And I'm like, what court date? He's like, you mean to tell me you didn't know you had a court date? I said, no, I didn't have no court date because I haven't been in Atlanta in almost 10 or 15 years. What part, Sergeant Sean Ball, whatever your name is, you don't understand. I haven't been in Atlanta in 10 years. Then he proceeds to give me my address, one of my addresses when I used to live in Atlanta. He's like, did you live at 123 Peachtree City? I said, I didn't know what to say. I said, yeah. And I'm thinking, like, I don't remember if I lived there or not. That's no big deal. But let me tell you when he kind of got to me. Y'all come in. When he gave me my address that I'm living at right now, he said, do you live at blah, 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 West Bloomfield? I was like, yeah. He was like, that's your secondary address, but our primary address is the one in Peachtree City. So we got to update your records. I'm like, for what? He's like, you failed to appear in court. I'm like, sir, for what? He said, your signature. Let me tell you, by this time, it was like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, wah, wah. Let me show you what he proceeds to. I said, sir, I kid you not. I give all honor and praise to God and then next AI. I immediately asked him. I went to AI. I went to Chat GPT. Chat GPT, y'all. If you ain't using it, I'm telling you how this saved me. I went to Chat GPT. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all come in on this because I'm not usually one of those ones that be dealing with identity fraud and all this other crazy mess. Do you know? I went in there and I told him, I said, Chat GPT, this guy is telling me this. I like start taking notes and I put it in, I copied and pasted in Chat GPT. Chat GPT told me to ask him certain things. I said, so, sir, what is my court order number? I start asking certain things. I'm not no lawyer. And he was like, well, I can send you some documents. I can have deputy so-and-so. I mean, he was using all the lingo. I mean, this guy was not no foreigner. He was like an American, like he was straight from Fulton County, right? Yeah, I'm about to pour me a glass of water. I got me a glass, whatever. Okay, don't judge me. It's been one of those kind of weeks. He proceeds to tell me, okay, I'm going to have deputy so-and-so send you this. So let me show y'all what he sent me. You probably can't see it. I don't know. It's kind of probably, I don't know. Y'all see this, the Office of Attorney General. This dude was trying to get in on me, right? Y'all see that? He sends this to me, right? Then he sends me this, right? Make and maintain court order. I didn't have time to read all of this. I was just like, OMG. First of all, you are an American. I can hear you. I understand you. You're giving me all these like court stuff, like Jeopardy Sergeant. He was like, and I kept rambling. By this time, I'm just about frazzled, okay? And then, y'all, those two documents. You see those two documents I just showed you, this one and this one. I was like already like blood pressure 200 over 200. Then he gives me this one, y'all. The arrest warrant. He said, you have a warrant out for your arrest. The state of Georgia. I said, man. And then someone told me, take those documents that he sent you. He texted me these, okay, from a 404 number, okay? That's why I was like, what is going on? Oh, my God. I took those three documents. Let me show y'all again. I took these three documents. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not trying to be no lawyer. I've worked with lawyers with PR and marketing. I took these, and do you see here, y'all? Let me show you. Let me take down this thing. Do you see here where it's got like 15,000 in fines? Okay, so this dude is telling me you got to get to court today, Miss Parham. You got to get there. Here's your court order number. I'm like, oh shoot, AI. He done gave me a court order number. I put these three documents that you see that I showed you. This one, I put this one, and I put this one into Chat GPT, and Chat GPT was just working. I'm just sitting there like this, like this, right? And then do y'all know Chat GPT was like, in big bold letters, this is a scam. And let me tell you why. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Y'all, let me tell you, when I tell you, do not sit up here and tell me that ChatGPT ain't doing the doggone thing. I just showed you. This guy sent me something with my name, my full name on it. He had my address. And he told me, unless I paid this amount of money, they would. I said, well, sir, I'm going to hang up. You know how it is. You know how you like, I'm trying to be all big and bad. I said, sir, let me call my attorney. He said, well, ma'am, if you hang up, you will those warrants will be issued. You see where I'm pouring this, right? Don't judge me. I said, sir, excuse me, I've never been arrested. I don't have no felony, no misdemeanors. I help people get their record expunged. I'm an engineer. I've done, PR for the best of them, but I've never had no warrant out for my arrest. I did not sign anything. I've never been in Atlanta since. He was like, "What do you mean never been in Atlanta?" I said, "I haven't been in Atlanta in almost 10 years." I said, "Well, I went for business last week." He said, "Were you there?" I said, I was rambling because I was so nervous. And it just shows you, if you don't know the law, if you don't have some sense of tech savvy, how, let me show y'all again. I probably would but try to pay some of this. I wouldn't have paid all 15,000 because like way my bank account is set up. I'm not gonna give you 15,000, okay? But I maybe would have dropped $1,000. But I'm telling you, I was so scared, y'all. And I'm telling you, nothing but God, y'all, that ChatGPT told me this is a scam. And if you just want to cover yourself, hang up, call Fulton County and ask them if these people really exist and if these documents are legit. But right now, I'm gonna tell you why in our point of view, why they're not. I hung up and I never heard from that guy again. He even put another guy. He transferred me to another guy that was the sergeant, whatever. They had all these big terms. But anyway, y'all, that is my identity fraud situation. I'm telling you, y'all, I'm sitting up here still scratching my head. And the reason why I say I'm still processing this because I'm trying to figure out how the hell did they get my address, my current address. That shows you got to be careful with your social, your address, everything. All right, because people are out there to get you. I never would imagine that would happen on Friday. I never would imagine on Thursday there would be an active shooter in my area. So anyway, before I head out here, I got to tell you the real talk. Last but not least, I took a CPL class, y'all. That stands for, what is it? Concealed Pistol License course. All right. Shout out to my boy Shamari, who's doing the doggone thing here in Michigan. I have been wanting to take the class, but I'm telling you, after what's been going on in the world, I decided to take it. And I'm so excited, y'all. Here's my certificate. Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up to your girl. 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 All right. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, y'all. We'll do the other stuff next time as far as, clapping it up and all that. Oh, wait, here we go, y'all. All right. Gotta play it again. All right. So anyway, y'all, took the class, right? And I'm here to tell you, I filled out my application. I can't show you. Well, you get it, gist of it, okay? Concealed pistol license, okay? Now, I checked standard right here. But in the middle is emergency personal protective order. Let me tell you something, some real stuff real quick before I go. I did not know. I don't know for any of you, please let me know in the chat. Do you have your CPL? Chat it up in the comments section. Do you have your CPL license? Okay. Do you have your CPL? All right. All right. Yeah. Shout out to Zandra Simmons. Shout out to Barbara, my cousin. Y'all, let me tell you something. For those of you who have your CPL, your concealed pistol license, I did not know. I was blown away. I was the type of person in the class that was like asking 5,000 questions. And he kept looking at me. And I thank God I knew the instructor, so he kind of was easy on me. But I did not know that it takes about 45 days to actually get the license when you apply for it. But if you have a PPO, a personal protective order, you can get it immediately. Now let me tell you, there was a girl in my class. Now besides that, I did not know they had insurance for people who get locked up because they do something they weren't supposed to with their gun. I was so overwhelmed. This girl next to me, this lady next to me, I don't remember her name, and I'm glad I don't because I don't want to get in trouble. She was like, "You're not gonna sign up for that insurance?" I was like, "No, because I don't even have a gun right now. I don't know when I'm gonna get my license. I'm just taking the class." She was like, "Girl," I said, "You sign up?" "Oh yeah." She was like, "Girl," and then she was like, "And I'm signing up for emergency personal protective order because my baby daddy's been stalking me and he's not abiding by the PPO and he's stalking me and he came to my job last week, but he's locked up right now for it. So when he gets out, I want to make sure I got my gun." You don't know who the hell you be sitting next to and be around, right? That shook me. Then on top of it, the list of places where you're not supposed to have your gun. Shamari, no, he listed all these places, y'all. You probably can't see. I know I'm all over the place, right? Okay, let me read it too. Schools, daycares, sports arenas, taverns with where the alcohol is consumed on the premises, like like it's the main source of income. Um, Entertainment facilities, hospitals, dorms or schools, casinos, not included in the parking areas of the places, okay, and so forth. So after he listed all these places, I was like, well, hell, where can you take your gun? He was like, Walmart, you know, places like that, restaurants, like Applebee's and stuff like that. I'm like, man. So I'm sitting up here. Then I found out you're not when if somebody breaks into your house, you can't shoot them from the back. You got to shoot them from the front if they, are coming towards you. But if they're fleeing, you're not supposed to shoot them. That's why they've got insurance. So if you do shoot them and you end up getting arrested, you can call these kind of people to bail you out. Let me tell you, y'all. After going through that and then going to the gun range and hearing all that gunfire, I was good. I was like, you know what? It's gonna take me a month to go get my license. I need a month just to regroup. All right, y'all. We are living in some crazy times, y'all. I want y'all to comment, tell me how you feel. It was no way in hell I was gonna weigh in this week after dealing with that active shooter 3 miles from my home, dealing with these crazy black men calling me about issuing a warrant for my arrest in Fulton County. In fact, they were like, "Can you come down today?" I was like, "No, because I'm in Michigan." What part of Michigan you ain't understanding? And then, y'all, let me take off my glasses. That's why I'm so greasy. And then dealing with taking a CPL class. That was the first time, y'all, I ever held a gun. Let me tell you one thing I'll tell you before I hang up with y'all. Another thing that freaked me out. The fact when we went to the gun range, there were people bringing in like these automatic. I mean, you could bring in your own gun to the gun range. I didn't know that. I thought they gave you these little small. No, there was one guy that came with a rifle, and they was like boom, boom. I was like, you when you saw my little sheet with that they give you, my bullets were all over the doggone place, y'all. I just Shamar was like, you up next? I said, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'll just sit back here and root on everybody else. I'm good. I don't want no more. I don't want no more time. I'm good. I just want to go home. Well, y'all, that is my time. I love you. Please, please, please check out my website. Drop a comment. Check out my website. I am so excited. Follow me on social media, but make sure you check out my website. Hey, I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it, y'all. I'm out of here, y'all. Okay. Until next time, y'all. Man, I'll weigh in next week, but this week, between the active shooter and CPO class and being issued a fake warrant for my arrest, I need some time to regroup. All right, y'all. I love you. Take care, y'all. Thank you for following me.